Old, fat, slow, short, but she's still sexy. The Colt 1911 and 45 ACP. This happens to be a Gold Cup trophy that I picked up a couple of years ago, and today we're over here at the ROckdale Rod and Gun Club and see if we can't put a few rounds through this thing and see if it lives up to the reputation as the vulnerable legend or the jam-o-matic. Let's take a look. Well, it didn't jam. I'd say that's a pretty good thing. First is a 7-in-1 magazine, the next one is an 8-round magazine. You see I knocked one of those targets off the stand a little bit. By the way, those are targets that are provided for us by High Caliber Targets. These are the Liberty Bells that we used for the Liberty Bell Challenge in Range Day 2019. Something that you all should have participated in, but that's all right, you're going to get another opportunity in 2020. Let's put a few more down and see what it does. Well, there's another 8. You see, if you're not familiar with the story of the 1911, well, shame on you. This is the invention of John Moses Browning. He was introduced in 1911, hence the name. It's a single stack 45 ACP. This Gold Cup Trophy model has an extended beaver tail, memory notch in the back. It's got Novak sights, which are blacked out in the back, but I put a little bit of glow paint on the front just to help me pick up the front sight a little bit. This particular one doesn't have a checkered backstrap, but it does have linear striations down there to help get you a better purchase on it. And they did away with the slab slide grips in favor of a wraparound grip texture that has front checkering, goes around the front strap as well. Really comfortable gun, really nice trigger on it. This has an adjustable trigger. I have this thing set down to about 3¼ to 3½ pounds. The crispness with which this trigger fires is just unbelievable. There is no creep in it whatsoever. It's just all wall. As soon as you put a little bit of pressure on it, she goes. And the reset is absolutely tactile. It's crisp. It's audible. You know exactly when this thing is ready to be refiring. And when that thing locks back when you're out, you know, nice and clear, no problem. The only thing that I had done to this gun is I did have the feed ramp polished just a little bit more. You'll see that in a photo probably right over here. There wasn't anything wrong with it. It wasn't giving me any fading issues or anything else like that. I just wanted to have a little bit more smoothness to it because these guns were designed to take ball ammo. And I thought to myself that if I ever wanted to carry something a little bit different, whether it be a jacketed hollow point or if I wanted to put a semi-wide cutter in there, I didn't want to have the prone problems that a lot of people have always had with 1911s, and that's being jamming. But I polished it out just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a mirror shine, and through the course of about 4,000 rounds that I have through this gun now, I'm probably in and around maybe 5 or 6 jams. Doesn't sound like a lot for the amount of rounds that are through it, but it still gives me enough pause to say whether or not I would carry this as an everyday carry to put my life on. As far as accuracy, competition goes, fantastic guns. You're not going to get much better than a 1911. Like I said, the sights are adjustable on here for both windage and elevation. That little blacked out notch in the back makes it pick up the targets really, really quickly. And everybody who's ever picked this gun up, it's just a natural shooter. Everybody who's ever grabs a hold of this 1911 or another one just finds out that John Moses Browning really came up with the perfect grip angle, the perfect feel for this kind of gun. Whether somebody's got small hands or large hands, really, really nice fit to it. And the recoil is tame. You know, we're shooting 270 grain ball ammo out of this thing right now, and the recoil on it is negligible. So it's not something that's beyond the scope of what people say, oh, it's going to be too much kick, too much to handle. Not so. It's got a good, it's stopping power is fine, you know, it's adequate, but it's not overwhelming. Good guns. This, like I said, this one just happens to be a Colt. There's a lot of other manufacturers, everybody from Springfield Armory to Sig Sauer and everybody's grandmother in between. They all have a version of the 1911. They all have the version of the 1911 from Super 38 to 22s. Hell, you can get them in 10 millimeter now if you want to. But overall, really good gun. I'm going to throw a couple more rounds through it and see what we can do. This Gold Cup Trophy is an 80 series, which means it has a firing pin block mechanism inside the slide. Some people have been very critical over the years over the Series 80, saying that the trigger mechanism inside is not as necessarily as crisp as what you would have found in the Series 70 model. And there are a lot of kits that are available to eliminate that firing pin block to go from a Series 80 to a Series 70. I fired both of them over the course of the years, and there is a noticeable difference, but unless you're a serious competition shooter or somebody who's worried about fine-tuning your trigger down to the quarter of an ounce, I really don't think you're going to find that much of a difference between the Series 70 and the Series 80. Just find the gun that you like. That's what it comes down to. Find a gun that you like. Become proficient at it. Get to the range with it. Enjoy it. That's what the whole sport is about. Me, I happen to love this gun. Am I going to carry it every day as a full-time EDC? I don't think so. The thing is huge. I don't necessarily trust its reliability 100%, but it's a lot of fun. And that's what it comes down to. If you're not out there in the middle of a gun battle, you just want to be able to enjoy your firearms. I don't think you're going to find something more enjoyable than a good 1911. But right now, I'm going to throw some more rounds down range, have a little bit of fun myself. Well, that was it. 8 and 8. Targets are spinning around. A lot of fun. Colt Gold Cup Trophy. Go get you one.